What's up, people on the fourth wall? That means on the other side of my screen. I am all the way in New York City, and you are all the way out there somewhere else. Welcome to TLP Sports Club. You are now watching TLP Live. That's right. I'm your host, Harry B. Don't forget that the B means billion. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, man, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are watching live, thank you for watching live with me. Guys, we're going to have a good experience today. Join me in the chat if you can. And if you are watching in the post live, I appreciate you. You can also join the conversation in the chat or in the comments. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to smash subscribe, guys. I really appreciate it. Listen, man. Do Prime fans, Colorado fans, Deion Sanders ecosystem, do we run these here football streets? Or do you think anybody else run these here football streets? We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. And you know what? Before we do, please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I got to go ahead and get into this video real quick. So that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. Let's go ahead and work. Hey, man, it's a lot of conversations all over the place. NFL football season started last night. If you had the pleasure of watching the NFL football last night, you watched the Chargers take on the Detroit Lions, and the Chargers handle business. All right. And if you did notice, you probably saw a former Buff, all right, a former Colorado Buffalo get the very first interception of the season, the 2025 season. That's going to be a trivia question, all right? A trivia question. I said a former Buff, okay? I did not say a former Deion Sanders player. I didn't say a former Louis boy. I said a former Buff got the very first interception of the 2025 NFL season, and that is none other than Nico Reed. That's right. He ended up at Oregon. I get it. I understand it. But this is sports talk, all right? So is a former Buff. Did he play for the Buff before? Did he get an interception against the USC? You remember that interception against USC? And I showed y'all. And then when Nico Reed left, I told y'all and I said, hey, man, that one right there should not be leaving. I like Nico Reed. Listen, I even made a video about that. All right. And guess what y'all was telling me when y'all first got around here? I told y'all, Nico Reed, man, I'm going to miss that one. And what was y'all telling me? Y'all was like, he's afraid of competition. He's not a DOWG. Y'all was telling me that. Remember that? Y'all was telling me all of that. Oh, Harry, he ain't good. We got Travis. We got this person. The boy is balling in the NFL with the Chargers. His number is currently 46, but I'm sure that's going to change. He's a free agent who signed in April. You feel me? So now he's over there with the Chargers, and he's doing his thug thizzle. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He ain't no Buff. All right, whatever. Listen, I said former Buff, okay? He ended up with Oregon. KMS, what up with you, man? Phil So Real, what up with you? And stop everything. Stop everything. Because Dallas is in the building. Ty Smith, what up with you? Hey, man, y'all know how this show works. I can do it alone because I got the gift of gab. Man, I can talk all day, brother. But I would rather not do it by myself. It's a call-in show. So, bam, right there on your screen, guys. Join TLP Live at gmail.com. You call in, we talk about stuff, and then we get up out of here. That's what we do. It's sports talk, baby. It's sports talk. The NFL has started in honest. Yes, it was the Hall of Fame game, but it is preseason. Join me live right now. I'm live. That means whatever I'm saying right now is all live. I can tell you who's in the chat right now. KMS is in the chat. Phil So Real's in the chat. Ty Smith is in the chat. And you are watching tlplive@gmail.com. Join tlplive@gmail.com. And if you are feeling generous, because it's payday, it's Friday, baby. Friday in America is payday. You feel me? My Cash App is right there. $TLP Sports Club. And I want to say salute to everybody that's ever donated to TLP Sports Club to get this thing rocking. Because if you donate, I can keep this show free. You feel me? Hey, and if you can't donate your hard-earned cash, that like button, that subscribe button, and that share button, and the comments button, yo, those are all free. That's 4 things you can do that's free. If you can't do that 5th thing, which is give me some cash, you feel me? Anyways, let's talk about this show. Let's get started. How y'all doing, man? I hope all is well, man. It's Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? God is good. You're on the other side of heaven. You feel me? I don't know which one is better, being on this side or that side. I have no idea, but you can tell me if you know. Have anybody ever come back? Some of y'all want to go to heaven, but you don't want to die. Anyway, like, oh God, I want to be with you. Okay, my child, but you got to die. Oh God, please wait. Anyways, all right, so listen, let's go ahead and get this out the way. Coach Prime is getting his boys ready. Who's going to be the first quarterback, the QB1 for Colorado? QB1 for Colorado, is it going to be Julian Lewis? Is it going to be Kaidon Salter? This is how I see it. Kaidon Salter is that quarterback that I wouldn't say he struggles a little bit, even though I just said it, but his accuracy it needs a little bit of work. When you see him, the consistency, being able to get the ball exactly where it needs to be and really on time and on point, that's one thing I'm struggling with as I watch him, right? But the boy is good. He's an athlete. I like athletes. I like guys who can play the game. They understand the game. They know where to go. But that one thing that's really bugging me, right, is that when he throws the ball, I don't feel as comfortable as I did when the ball got in the air with Shador, right? Because every quarterback is going to have their little nuances, the little things that you like about them. And the one thing that I like about Kaidon Salter is the fact that he's mobile. So being in the Big 12, he is reminiscent of AJ. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like AJ was able to he's able to move, right? And also, even though he's Big 10, Nebraska's Ravioli, right? Ravioli can, like, he had enough mobility to be able to get out of the way of a Russian defender. So that's the thing that I like about Kaidon Salter. But the thing that I really don't like about him is, like, once the ball leaves his hands, I get a little nervous. You feel me? Because I'm like, okay, where's that ball going? And where's it going to end up? When you feel like that, it gives you a little bit of anxiety, because at the end of the day, you want the ball to be on target. You feel me? Like, that's what a lot of people are not really considering when it comes to Shador, because they're like, oh, the arm strength is not there. His process is not there. But the one thing about QBs is that you want to be confident the second they get that ball off. You want to make sure that the destination is chosen correctly and it arrives on time. That's one thing you can appreciate about Shador's game. And a lot of us came to, just relax when the ball went in the air. We were like, yeah, man, I feel good about that. I feel like the ball is going to, 90% of the time is going to arrive on time and it's going to get on its target. Whether the target catches that ball, though, that's a whole nother story. So I'm not really, like, yeah, those guys have to catch the ball and they have to make sure that, they don't pull a Cam Newton where they pull back when there's trouble, right? Because when you can feel the hit coming, Cam Newton, please, you an elite quarterback, or you weren't an elite quarterback. So I'm just saying, I'm just using an example. You know what I'm saying? Facts is fact, like you like to say. But yeah, man, when you feel the hit coming, because when you go up in the air, that defender was going up in the air with you, or he was, getting ready to reward you for being a good airman. And sometimes that reward is not rewarding. So you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, man. So Kaden Salter, I like Kaden Salter. Julian Lewis, however, now this is the different things about this is the opposite of Julian Lewis, of Kaden Salter. He may not be as mobile. He's a little small on the small side, but his accuracy is more reminiscent of Shador. You feel me? So it's like if you can mesh the two, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you got two quarterbacks. So now this brings up this question. Do y'all think Coach Prime is going to do a USC or a UCLA? No, I think it was UCLA, not USC, because when we saw them, Caleb Williams was at USC. But we saw USC do this thing, and there's a couple of other teams did it, right? Sometimes against Colorado, where they use a two quarterback set, right? I think Texas did the same thing with Arch Manning. He took a couple of reps. So if you know that you have some weapons, especially at the quarterback position, do you utilize that? Do you use it to your advantage? If Coach Prime is able to do that, because Coach Prime at this point, even though now we are in football season, he still hasn't chosen his number one, his QB1. Why is it so late in the game and Coach Prime hasn't chosen a QB1? Number one, he hasn't been there. Coach Prime is just getting back, but is that the thing? Because his staff is supposed to be able to continue to, do the work and still report to him and let him know, like, hey, this person is doing this, that person is doing that. So why don't we not have a quarterback yet? Not a quarterback, but like, why do we not have a leader, a chosen leader yet? And how is that going to play out? Are they looking to do two quarterback play? Don't know. So the Todd Smith said the Saints did it as well. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get this thing in honest, okay? Because I need to know, like, what do y'all think? Would it be advantage Colorado if they use a two quarterback system? Because there are going to be plays where you feel like, okay, we either need to get down the field and we need that accuracy, or we need to make sure that we get those 3rd and 2s, those 4th and 1s. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can do that, then which quarterback do we do that with? How do they choose or decide which play that they use which quarterbacks on? So let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. Let me make sure I get the emails, guys. Give me a second. I got to make sure this email situation works. If you are coming onto the show today, I will appreciate it. All right. So this is how I think about it. I think Coach Prime can and will use a two quarterback system. Now, there are going to be situations where they can actually just use the weapons. I think Kaden Salter starts, but then there has to be times where you do like different packages, just like the Jaguars are going to use Travis Hunter in different packages. I think you have to have a couple of packages for Juju Lewis. Juju Lewis is the younger guy. He doesn't have as much college experience as Kaden Salter does, but you can acclimate Juju Lewis into the system, because I would say at least a year from now, he's going to be the man, right? That's if Kaden Salter does not do the grad school situation, depending on how his year goes. If he beats out, let's say he beats out Georgia Tech. If Kaden Salter starts and beats out Georgia Tech, he can stamp his way to the NFL, at least an invitation, right? He can be a undrafted free agent. But if you beat Georgia Tech and you have a good season, you don't have to worry about grad school. You can just go straight to the NFL, or at least you're going to get some type of invitation to go practice for somebody's team. So that's how I look at it as far as Kaden Salter is concerned. Now, Juju Lewis can maybe get a few reps here and there so he can start to understand how the defenses work, how the defensive coordinators actually, how they try to trick the young quarterbacks and have you seen ghosts, have you seen different plays, the same type of play, but in different rotations, in different schemes, so that they can confuse you. Once he starts getting used to that, then He's naturally gifted already, so we already know how he plays. But once you see the DCs and what they're throwing at you, and you're not out there seeing ghosts, you saw this man over here last play. Now you're seeing him over here, but it looks and feels the same. Then you're like, okay, I see what they're doing. They're just using the same play in different schemes. Come on, man. I'm about to eat that like Skittles. Who likes Skittles out there? Anyway, so yeah, man. Kaden Salter starts the season. Julian Lewis gets a few snaps. Coach Prime has to coach his butt off for the next couple of years. Coach Prime has to coach his butt off. All right? Feel so real, my brother. Welcome to the show this morning. How you doing today? It is Friday, August the 1st, my brother.
Hey, listen, it feels good to be back. You're absolutely right. August the 1st. Shout out to all the HBCU band members out there. You know what August 1st is. It's band camp. Them horses coming. It's getting real in the field, man. It's getting real out there for these HBCU bands. So I'm just happy it's August 1st.
Yeah, man. August 1st, people going back to school, man. We're in New York, so we don't have to worry for another couple of weeks.
Nah, I took mine to school this morning, man. Yeah, it's always like the first day of August or the last day of July is what we do down here in Georgia. Some kids went back to school Thursday. But yeah, normally we get out that week before Memorial Day. Is normally how that sets up.
Oh, okay. So y'all start early and get out early.
Yeah, and we have a week out in October for fall break. Then they have a week for Thanksgiving, about 2.5 weeks for Christmas and New Year's type situation, and then spring break first week of April, and then they get out the last week. Well, the week before Memorial Day in May. So that's normally how that's set up down here.
So how are you looking at this quarterback situation? Who do you think wins QB1 for Colorado, and and do you see them both playing since we are in football season now and we don't have a QB1?
Yeah, so I think Kaden Salter will be the person to take the first snap against Georgia Tech this year. Deion said it himself. You know, they got to win it. He's going to play both of them if both of them are good. Some people believe if you got two quarterbacks, you got none. I don't necessarily subscribe to that, but I also can't think of the last time I saw a national champion run a two quarterback system. But Kaden Salter is going to start. I think Juju has an opportunity to earn it. But if Kaden Salter is as good as we think he is, I think his ceiling is still higher right now than if Juju is as good as we think he is, even if he hits his ceiling right now, if that makes sense.
Juju's kind of small. I don't know what it is, but he feels like he's kind of like a high school kid, and you know what I'm saying? He got to figure this out because when those linebackers start getting at him, I don't know if this is a good way to think about it. I feel like he's going to be shook.
but Harry, you got to remember, he literally should be in high school right now. He should be starting school today. He reclassified and skipped the year, so he went ahead. So he technically should be a high school senior right now. So while it's okay, could him stay in high school and taking that one more year, could that be beneficial? Or is it a situation where, hey, I want to go ahead and get to college early, go ahead and get in the weight training program? Is he going, put it like this, is he in more shape now because he's at Colorado than what he would have been if he stayed here in Georgia and did his senior year in high school? And if he's ahead of where we thought he was going to be, then he made the right decision.
Well, I guess the question would be, how good are the program systems where he's at versus, like, you know, stepping it up to the college level?
Hey, listen, when you talk about a Carrollton, Georgia, when you talk about a Beaufort, when you talk about a Woodford Academy, when you talk about a Cartersville, a Valdosta, Lowndes County, those schools here in Georgia, they invest a lot of money in the football program. Now, obviously, they're not going to have as much money as a California or a Texas, and I think obviously, Tim can attest to what it's like, going to a Texas school. But the schools here in Georgia put in a lot of money for the football program. I think I've shared with you before, Buford, they have a new $64 million stadium that just got opened up this year. So here in Georgia, they're going to invest a lot of money, but I still think that that Boulder is where he needs to be to put himself at that next level as far as training is concerned.
We are not on the NFL yet, but there's breaking news that Terry McLaurin, he's requested a trade. That was 16 hours ago. That was posted by the Bleacher Report on Twitter.
For the Commanders, right?
Yeah, he requested a trade from the Commanders, and I wonder what's going on.
Well, not Vince McMahon, but Trump want to change the name to the Commanders, so we might be calling them something different soon.
He wants to put it back to Redskins, right?
Yeah, he's gonna use that as a leverage tool on whether or not they can get that new stadium they're trying to build in DC.
I wonder how the the Native Americans feel about that. That's interesting. All right, so look, and now people are saying he should go to Cleveland, so that he should go to Cleveland so that we can see him and Shador play. We're not on the NFL yet. Let's stay in college for a little bit before we'll get to the NFL in a second, but let's stay in college a little bit. So, okay, now I want to know does Colorado stand a chance against Georgia?
Against Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Okay, because you said Georgia.
I know, Georgia, but that's the only Georgia they're playing. Not. That's the only Georgia they're playing.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You want to make sure I ain't committing a sin, the ultimate sin.
Okay,
right, I don't mean the Bulldogs.
We good. We on the same page. We're on the same page.
You guys, you Lord have mercy. You guys, your ears be breaking up. You'll be like, wait, do we do? And which quarterback would be best to play Georgia Tech?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? It kind of skipped out a little bit. Maybe that was my internet having some issues.
No, it was on my end. Does Colorado stand a chance against G Tech? And which quarterback do they play? Which quarterback do they play?
I think they do stand a chance against Georgia Tech. I think Kaden Salter right now probably provides them the best option at quarterback because he is seasoned. We've seen what he can do. Juju is a true freshman starting against Georgia Tech. It's very likely that he has some high school classmates or teammates that are at Georgia Tech and on the team. I think Colorado has a chance. I think some of the issues that Georgia Tech is going to have to face as far as their defense is concerned with some of the returning starters or new starters this year, some of the transfers, I think Colorado's offense has a good chance to put up a couple of points against them. But my concern is what's going to happen when Georgia Tech decides they want to just run the ball down Colorado's throat. Is Colorado going to be able to stop that?
That's the thing. Is that I don't know how the run game is going to be for Colorado at this point. I mean, word on the street is that their defense is decent. The defense is pretty much decent. You got to remember that Colorado had a good run defense last year, but when they met those actual run teams, like the K-States, the two K-States, I don't know what happened, but Colorado just couldn't do it. They just couldn't stop those actual run teams, and that's unfortunate. But hopefully, maybe they have some good run stoppers. Which brings up this question: what's up with the block bully? Does anybody have word on the block bully? Do anybody know what happened? What's going on with the block bully? Do you have any word on the block bully? Because I don't know if
I had heard that man's name in about 2 months, dude. After he didn't get drafted, I don't know nothing what he got going on. And honestly, I'm more of a college football guy, so like when it starts coming to
once they graduate,
when it starts coming to undrafted free agents, unless it's somebody for Bama, maybe Georgia or Grambling, I'm not keeping up with it, respectfully.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know, man. I want to know what's going on with the block bully. Anybody out there? AVIKI says he in Canada. Did you mean to say Colorado or Canada? I don't know if he's in Canada. I have no idea. DC Carson, what up with you? Yardman, what up? Yeah, I would like to know. Maybe I should do a video on that. Maybe I should do a video on where they at now and see what's happening with all of the Colorado folks around the league or wherever they're going to be at. So yeah, I would like to know what's going on with the block bully. But okay, so this is the thing about Colorado and Georgia. I don't know. They may have a chance, but what I'm hearing from Georgia Tech has bad intentions. Like, this is the year. The word on the street is they're trying to actually go at it this year, all of the way. That's the word on the street. So if Colorado stays in the way of Georgia Tech, they're trying to go for it this year. So what are the implications of them trying to go for it this year? Because you saw how to play Georgia last year. You saw how to play Georgia. I was like, oh, this game, they're about to take down Georgia. So now if that same mentality and those guys come back and they like, okay, if we can play the infamous Georgia that way, then we can go for it this year.
Well, they don't have their top wide receiver, their top like playmaker, Eric Singleton. He decided to transfer to Auburn, so he's over on the plains with Hugh Freeze. But there's still going to be an offense that is going to lean on you. They have really good gap assignments as far as like blocking is concerned. So I think, again, Colorado's defensive line is going to have to be on point. They're going to have to come ready and focused and play assignment football, not me football, because if they decide to jump those gaps and get ahead of themselves, I think Georgia Tech can really gash Colorado on what is it, August the 31st.
Well, this is the thing. Georgia Tech's defense, bruh. Them linebackers, them boys are real. For some reason, man, like I think their defense it's a championship defense this year. I think Georgia Tech's defense is gonna be like, first of all, let me just say playoff defense. Let me not say championship, because you never know when the heat is on. I don't know how they're gonna handle when the heat is on.
Right.
But I think they are a playoff defense this year.
I don't think they're better than Clemson, but as far as the rest of the ACC, I mean, I wouldn't give too much pushback on that. I'm okay with that being your answer.
Man. But look, man, we ready? Football season is on. All of the speculations and the preseason talks and everything that is going on, I think it's time for football to start. We're all ready. I don't know how people's basements looks with like the tortilla chips and the if you bought salsa earlier before in the preseason, it may have gone bad already. But I think people are ready for football season.
Oh no, listen, man, I'm so ready. So normally I would take the Friday off before Labor Day. I would have Monday off on Labor Day. Then I would take that Tuesday off to recoup, because it is meat, pause, beer, and football all weekend. That's just what it is. Starting Thursday night all the way to Friday. I'm seasoning my food for Saturday.
You got to clean that up. You can't just go with meat. You got to clean that up, bro.
It is dead animal carcass smoked at
no, just like grill grill or something like. You can't just say meat.
Whatever, man. I'm an adult. I'm an adult. If you want to be immature,
Well, we
you
are not
can.
adults around here, okay?
No, but it's usually like leg quarters or like thighs, ribs,
Yeah.
hamburgers, hot
Let's
dogs,
go with thighs. You know, thighs work a little
potato
better.
salad, mac and cheese, broccoli salad, coleslaw, and then gotta have a dessert. Usually it's gonna be just some ice cream and a shortbread or something like that. Sometimes my wife would make like a banana pudding if she feel like it, but we are always like, this is Labor Day weekend when college football starts. That is my national holiday. I don't care nothing about Christmas. I don't care nothing about 4th of July, Memorial Day. But when college football season starts, that is when I'm in my zone. It's all day football from 12 in the noon to 12 at night. That's all I'm doing is watching football. Full stop.
Well, let's see if this next panel member feels the same way. Ron Tate, my brother, what's going on with you? Thank you for calling in.
Hey, what's up? What's up, gentlemen? Feels so real. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing well. How you doing, Ron?
I say you get ready to do an old-fashioned cookout.
That's
hey,
right.
man, listen, but it's so funny. I don't even invite nobody. It just be me, my wife, and my son.
Yeah.
but food gonna get ate. And
That's
food gonna
right.
get cooked, and football's gonna get watched.
Man, if you were close by, boy, we've been knocking on the door like, look, I'm looking for Harry B, man. It's just, I'm sorry, I feel so real. Again, I ran out of gas outside.
Since you here, come on in. Long
That's right.
A bottle or a 6-pack or 12-pack or something like that, you good.
That's right. I can make some great Kool-Aid.
Which beer are we drinking? Which beer are we drinking? Heineken, Beck's,
NIL.
Phil, which beer are we drinking?
So I'm an IPA guy. I'm a beer snob. So like a lot of the stuff I drink is like craft beer. But something that anybody and everybody can get is Tropicalia. It's made here in Georgia. I think it's like Northeast Georgia. So if anybody goes to the gas station, to the grocery store, to the liquor store, if you see something that says Tropicalia, go on to get that and support businesses in Georgia.
Are you doing the local beer? Okay, the local beer without the outside germs. I see you. You're keeping it local.
And we got some great water here in Middle Georgia, though. Like real talk, like they've tested the water, and it is some of the best in the area.
Wow. Are you messing with New York water? Because that's what I hear about New York water is that there's nothing better.
I would know. I've seen what it looks like when it floods in New York. I wouldn't.
No, we ain't talking about no flood.
Hey, look, man, that New York, yeah, up north, but around that city, ain't no way. You better not put your foot in it.
We're not talking about the Hudson. We're not talking about the Hudson water. We're not drinking that water.
Well, that's the reputation. That's the reputation at New York.
Exactly, Ron. Hey, you can say whatever you want to, Harry, but what we see from the outside looking in,
oh my God,
that ain't the move. That ain't the move.
We don't know nothing about the mountains up there where the snow cap is and the fresh water is coming down and all that. We don't see that in New York. We see skyscrapers.
We talking about Buffalo. We ain't thinking about Buffalo.
No, not at all.
That's how y'all do. That's how y'all do. Just y'all do the same thing with Africa. Y'all choose the best ones and then discount it and say we ain't talking about we ain't talking about Egypt. We talking about the West. All right, let's jump you in, Ron.
Hey, listen.
Who starts with the Colorado Buffaloes? The quarterbacks.
Listen, Salter to me is a very, very solid quarterback. And to me, he's on the verge of being great if they manage him well this year with the talent that he has. Some of the scripts that I've seen him throw the ball, I mean, he's thrown it in some tight areas. I don't think he has the accuracy as Juju, but I think Juju is an exceptional quarterback. I do. He doesn't have the experience that Salter has, but for me, Salter would be my QB1, and Juju would be my QB1B. So I think Colorado's in a great situation. That's how you build a great program when you have great competition like that. and like you say, iron sharpens iron. And but my QB, when to answer your question, Harry B, would be Salter to begin the season.
Okay. Just AVI How are we pronouncing that? Avi Aki says that Chido Nwankwo signed with the Eagles. So I'm looking it up.
That was
here.
something old I heard a while back. I don't know if that's still true.
That was well, yeah, I do see it 2 months ago. Signed with the Philadelphia Eagles today. But we ain't heard nothing. We ain't seen or heard anything from that.
I haven't seen a video of him in any kind of pads for the Eagles. I have seen some clips from Eagles camp just because I follow some of Jalen Hurts stuff, and with him being a former Bama guy, he'll pop up on my algorithm. But when I see the defense going against them, I haven't heard anything as far as block bully is concerned.
So who is Tammy? Tammy 864 says, Harry, you are fake. Am I?
Well, I mean, I wish they would provide some context.
That's what I'm
based
saying.
Based off of what you said, you could be fake.
I know I could be. I think I'm AI. I'm African AI.
Wow.
I see through you. You always posting things that are fake about Coach Prime. You pretend.
What?
I haven't posted about Coach Prime in a minute. What am I posting fake about Coach Prime?
Hey.
Now, Harry, if I was the one in control of your channel, okay, maybe that would make sense. But I ain't seeing nothing from you that I'm like, hey, Harry, take that crap down.
Yeah, right? Yeah. If y'all man said I'm busted, yo. They got me, Phil. They got me. Oh,
I don't know what the cuss word they talking about.
Hey, Ron Tate.
Hey, yes, sir.
What chance does Colorado have on staying against Georgia Tech?
Listen, for years, Georgia Tech has been extremely competitive. Every year. They are always, because they have talent. They always have talent on that team, on offense and defense, or on one or the other side. They always have talent. And last year they started to pull it together. This is going to be a tough game for Colorado against Georgia Tech. And it's going to go, if Colorado can beat Georgia Tech, then that goes, I would have a lot of confidence in them making the playoffs, because Georgia Tech, it will be this year one of the better teams in the country.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm hearing about Georgia Tech. I heard they loaded up, and they ready to go all the way. Those are some of the rumors that I'm hearing about Georgia Tech. And look, I'm not even sure if they've answered any question about like Colorado. I feel like, how like your big brother just looks past that. I feel like they're looking past Colorado. They just want Georgia again. And I said, oh,
no, they're not doing that, Harry. Because Georgia is the last game of the season. Ain't nowhere in the world that's the only game they worried about.
I'm telling you, man. There's a few interviews that I've read, and some of the things that I'm hearing is like, look, they're ready to play Georgia right now, anywhere. Pick the day, pick the time. It could be on the playground.
Well, no,
so
all jokes aside, to provide context to that statement, because the coach did say we can play in God, I can't remember the name of the park in Atlanta, but he was like, we can play in the park right now if we want to. But they were talking about the fact that the Georgia Tech game is going to be in the Mercedes-Benz Dome this year instead of being played in Atlanta at Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech is actually in Atlanta. It's about 5-10 minutes away from the Dome, but they're going to have it in the Dome this year to try to make more money. But they're saying, but they were asked, the head coach for Georgia Tech was asked about it. He was basically saying, it don't matter where I play Georgia, we ready to play them. It's not that they were looking forward to it. I just want to provide context to that statement.
No, but when you say stuff like that, when you say stuff like that, like, bro, Texas came close to beating. Was it Texas?
Georgia beat Texas twice last year, just to be fair.
Who took Georgia all the way to 8? What was the game that it was like?
Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech played 8 overtimes against Georgia.
I thought there was another team that played them. Or maybe that was Bama. Maybe that was
But
the Bama.
Bama beat Georgia. I mean, it did come down to one of the last plays of the game where Alabama got an interception. Xavier Brown,
Yeah.
true freshman out of California, modern day, top freshmen in the SEC. But that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Ty Smith says CU will upset Georgia Tech, and the Texas Truth says Georgia Tech wouldn't be considered an upset. What do y'all think about that statement?
I'll say this real quick. I think Georgia Tech is favored right now. So from a quote-unquote betting standpoint, it would be an upset. But if Colorado beats Georgia Tech, I don't think it's going to have the same impact that Colorado did when they beat TCU. It is a tough match, but it is a game that Colorado can win. But it will be good to start the season to win against Georgia Tech for sure.
That would be great. And, Coach Prime's talking about how much better the team is and that they're going to run better this year. Man, I certainly hope so, because they're going to need to be balanced to keep that defense off the quarterback and out of the backfield. When you know how you have a snap, you snap the ball, and by the time the quarterback takes 2 steps, there's 3 guys on him, or 4 guys on him, almost immediately you think there's no one blocking in front of him. If I'm hoping that our line, both sides of the line, are up to par, when we play Georgia Tech. I really do, because they are coming. They are coming.
Hey, Ron, can I ask you a question about the offensive line real quick?
Yes.
Do you think Tyler Brown should be a starter this year?
Oh, here we go. Come on, Phil.
Harry, stop. I just asked a simple question.
That is not a fair statement.
Well, listen. They've got Tyler Brown working at center and at guard. And
what is Tyler Brown's natural position?
I think his natural position is going to be guard. And the issue with Tyler Brown, what they need to work with is that decision making. Tyler Brown, he has one-on-one in practice and all that. He can do a good job, but it's his decision making when the ball is snapped, when the defense starts moving.
But you know what that sounds like? He's good until he gets on the football field.
Right. So, it doesn't take much, for offensive line, for it click with an offensive lineman. It doesn't take much. So, once he gets it, and he's a very intelligent guy. So once he gets it, he'll be able to take off. But we're not going to be able to tell until he gets in the game.
But dude is grad school. When is he gonna get it? What do you mean?
Well, he missed a year. So that set him back.
Come on, you can miss a year, but
and then
the top guys coming out of JSU.
Right. When he missed a year and he came back last year, and all of a sudden they're asking him to do 2 or 3 different things: play right guard, play center, play left guard, because the line had so many holes in it. Hopefully, they can wean that down so he can get his ability back up where I believe it can be. He could be one of the better offensive linemen, on that team.
I've been trying to tell Phil offline. I've been trying to tell Phil that offline that I feel like he was mismanaged that 1 year.
Yes.
Because of the situation with opportunity. But Phil would not let it go. He's not going to buy it for some odd reason.
Harry, I just want to shout out to Texas Truth. He and I, we rarely agree, but he said, "Come on now, we know Tyler not starting." The Texas Truth. I'm telling you that is the truth right there. I don't know how many truths you done spoke in your life, but it means so much that we can actually agree on something.
Until he agrees with you.
And it makes me feel good that we might be able to start this season off on a new foot, the Texas Truth. So I like that. I appreciate
good luck with that. Good luck with trying to start off.
Hey, as soon as I say Colorado gonna lose, he gonna be like, all right, you a hater.
I know. Don't hold your breath.
But remember, there was one point where I was always like, hey, 2 + 2 = 4, right?
Yeah.
Because all I wanted to do was find something we can agree on. We don't have to agree on anything else, but just one thing we can agree on can make my day. That's all.
All right, well, you got your one. Okay, you get that one in. Let's bring the other panel members on. DC, what up with you? Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine. What up, Phil? What up, Ron Tate? What
Hey,
up,
how you
Chad?
doing, DC?
Hold your thoughts.
Roll Tide.
Let roll Tide. Y'all get up out of here. Let's bring Ty Smith from Dallas is in the
War
building.
Eagle.
Ty Smith, what up with you? Dallas is in the building. What up, homie? Thank you for calling in.
Yo, what up with it, Harry? Thank you for having me
South
on.
on Cliff.
Ah, there he go.
Hey,
But
how your LSU? How y'all doing in the Bayou?
oh, we straight, man. I can't wait till we play to Durham, get a chance to run all over Bama this season, man. Even though he gonna be playing against his quarterback from high school.
Hey, no. Hey, you need to focus on Clemson right now. Going over to Death Valley. If Brian Kelly can't win another game one, then he might not be here too much longer this season.
We gonna bury Clemson up under the stadium after the game.
Hey, y'all stop
man.
fighting. Let me ask a question. Let me get a question. Y'all stop
okay.
fighting.
We can
Hold on
make
for a
a friendly bet about that, then. Phil. Come on, we can make a
Don't
friendly
start
bet
the
later.
fight. Let me give a real fighting question. Who is your biggest weapon and who is your worst weapon on your team? I'm going to start with Ron Tate. Ron Tate, are you Colorado or do you have a home team?
Well, I'm a Colorado fan.
Okay, so who is your
And
best weapon and who's your worst weapon? I'm gonna go around the panel.
Your best weapon is going to be Omarion Miller,
That's a wide receiver on Colorado. Who's
wide
your worst
receiver
weapon?
color. Your worst?
Please don't say Tyler, bro.
No.
Okay.
Linebacker. Who the starting linebackers?
Uh,
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Ron, them linebackers, bro.
Are you saying the linebackers room is going to be the worst?
I don't know who they are. I don't know what they've done. I know one guy got in the portal and then he came back, and I don't know.
Okay, so you're saying the linebackers room is the questionable.
For me, they are.
All right, so let's go to Phil So Real. Phil, y'all got two Bama guys on here, so both of y'all going to have to give me some names. Who's your best weapon and who's your worst weapon?
So the easy answer is going to be Ryan Williams. Going to be a true sophomore quarterback.
Number two wide receiver.
Yeah, but
why is everybody so high on that dude?
But
listen, man, that dude's the truth.
I know.
I'm not gonna pick him. I think.
Oh, you're not gonna pick. Oh, that was a diversion.
That's what I'm saying. The easy pick is him. But I'm going to go Quay Rousseau. He is in the Wolf position in the Womack defense, the 3-3-5 defense. He is going to be our outside linebacker. He's going to be the one getting after the quarterback. He's going to be the one rushing. As far as the weakest link, I'm going to go with our left tackle. We don't know if it's going to be Dewberry that transferred from Texas A&M, or if it's going to be Van Buren. He transferred in last year. I think he came from Washington with DeBoer, but he's a guy that can play at center. But he's probably going to be playing most of his time at left guard. So depending on who starts between them, I think that's the weakest link on the offense.
Oh, okay. All right, Ty Smith. I'm going to save DC for last. Ty Smith, who's your best weapon and who's your worst weapon?
Well, since we're talking about CU and this is BWB, I'm gonna keep it Colorado.
No, you can't choose Colorado. I want LSU.
Why?
Because Ron Tate and me, I'm CU and Ron Tate is CU. We're not gonna monopolize this. You gotta give me LSU. I want to buy you.
Durham from the running back for LSU.
That's your best weapon.
Yes. You see what he did as a freshman?
Uh-huh.
He gonna step it up a notch. And I didn't
Not
see
Nussmeier?
Huh?
You don't think Nussmeier's y'all strong suit?
No.
I've been hearing that name a lot, bro.
Yeah, because I mean he's one of the guys that's like, hey, he could be a top 3 quarterback pick next year. So
he could, but I'm high on Durham, bro, because of what I seen him do in high school and what he did his freshman year. And he ain't even tapped out yet. Like, bro, he could be, once he do come out, I think he could be top 5. He could be possibly top 5 pick. as a running back. And
So basically, y'all got multiple weapons. You're not even willing to call your best player the best player. I like this.
But hold on, Tim. I gotta hold your feet to the fire. You're
go ahead.
saying he can be a top what pick in the NFL if
He
he
could
plays to his
I said,
ability?
I said he could possibly be a top, maybe I say top 10. I ain't gonna say top 5.
Okay,
I say
I
top
just
10.
want to make sure because where did Ashton Genty get drafted last year?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, man.
because if you saying he gonna be in the top something, then that means he got to be better than Ashton Genty, and
Hey,
I just don't see that being the case. But I just
now
want to make sure.
if he go
But
over there to Boise State, he could be a Genty 2.0. But he in
Now
the
that's
SEC.
real.
And
That's real.
you dig
That's
what I'm
real.
saying? So, but
I'm about to say, is it that black and white? Can you always just use the draft, because isn't the draft situational? The draft is like what needs are, because
that's
one
fair.
year could be a need for quarterback, running back. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You can't always just use the draft as a
but
as a
listen,
board.
Harry. But listen, the running back position is not as valued as it used to be. That's why Ashton Genty going where he did this draft was such an anomaly because most people would rather just fall back and wait until the second round and maybe they don't get the top guy coming out of college, but they're like, hey, we in the third round, we in the fourth round, we in the second round. We feel comfortable with getting this running back. So the reason why I say that is because the position is devalued, not because the person is not that good. Does that
How
make
many
sense?
years are we off? Yeah, I get it. How many years
Okay.
are we off with the running back? Is not like, because I remember when it used to
What, maybe
be
like the past 7 or
quarterback,
8
running
years,
back,
maybe?
or running back, quarterback.
Maybe like the past 7 or 8 years, I think. Is that is
It's
that
been
is
that
that
long.
is that the case? DC run.
Has it
I
been
mean,
that long where running backs are not that value? I thought the fullback position was where
oh,
we
that's
kind
been
of
gone since Mike Allscott and Ward Dunn at Tampa
yeah,
Bay.
fullbacks they disappeared. The whole what was the fullback replaced for? I don't remember. Like what?
Now they
Why we
now
don't
they
need is it the tight end?
yeah now they use tight ends as like the halfback position.
That's what I was thinking. The tight DC best and worst position of the Bama crew. Who's your best player? Who's your worst player?
All right,
I choose CU. I'll do CU next. Go ahead.
first I want to say I have been actually agreeing with the Texas Truth on a lot of stuff myself,
Oh
which is
Lord.
weird. I don't know what's happening, but everything is aligning. So kumbaya.
We do not.
Uh,
I need drama for this channel. Okay, I don't want no.
all
Y'all
right.
cannot start getting along.
Well, I'm about to
Okay.
give you some drama. I'm about to give it to you. All right.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
our best weapon, I think, of course, is Ryan Williams. That dude is phenomenal. Probably the worst is that musty Nikhil Hill Green because he still probably has Colorado Buffalo
I
smell
know.
on him.
No. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I was gonna
oh,
say, thank God he
DC,
didn't choose
you are
Nikhil
terrible.
Green.
DC, don't do
You are
that. Don't do
terrible.
that. We trying to talk
You are the
football right now.
worst.
And if
You
you
are
know, like
terrible.
No,
I know,
no.
Nikhil Hill Green,
Yo.
he might be coming on the field snap one against Florida State. So I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him. I'm gonna let
They
you
gonna
have
Listen,
come
that
on.
one.
listen.
No, no. It's
Yo.
that musty Colorado smell on them, and we don't need that. But we just did it out of pity. That was Saban doing Prime a favor because. But anyway, no. Seriously though,
I do
the
not subscribe to what DC
it's a
said.
joke. It's
I
a
do
joke,
not
folks.
subscribe.
It is
Oh
a
my
joke.
gosh.
The truth is my concern. I had to throw some humor in there. My
Yo,
concern
God.
really is two of our home games, I mean two away games, really three. One
Uh-huh.
being in Georgia, one being South Carolina, and the other being the dreaded dog on Jordan Hare Stadium playing Auburn.
Ooh,
That's my concern
War
is the
Eagle.
doggone schedule. Yeah, Ron, you know what? You can keep on.
hey,
You
hey,
got that money.
DC.
What's up?
Hey, I think that Columbia, South Carolina is going to be a more ruckus crowd than the crowd at oh god at UGA. I don't think Georgia's crowd is going to provide the same
Are you kidding? Playing
hurdle.
Alabama?
Man, Phil, it's gonna be, and then
Hey,
I really want to add Missouri in there as well.
but
Because
listen,
we don't go ahead.
Georgia fans are not as rowdy as you think they are. They have the same issue that Alabama had during the Saban years because they expected a win. They did not cheer that hard, and that's what's going on right now at Sanford Stadium. I think the fans in Columbia are dying for a big time win, and they are going to have their hair on fire because if they can beat Alabama, who could possibly be undefeated going into that game, those kids are going to be going buck wild. It's going to be a 7:30 kickoff on ABC. I can promise you that. It's
Exactly.
going to be nuts. I think that is going to be a more difficult road game than the Georgia game is.
Can I
The
That game is
players
can
for
I
gonna be
Georgia will be
can I
better,
crazy,
chime
but the
can
bro.
I
fans are
chime
going to
in
be better
just
at South Carolina.
can I add
Yes.
one statement to that comment that he
Go
just
ahead. Go
made?
ahead, Ron.
Listen, every team, when you think all the way back to Bear Bryant, every single team that's on the upswing has an opportunity in their mind to beat Alabama is going to be like a homecoming game. Every single game. And every team that DC named, and I disagree with you, Phil So Real, saying that, that Georgia and the other, they are laying down a little bit. When Alabama comes in, everybody feels some kind of way about that. I don't care what team it is. Uh, anyone they play, they're going to get their best. They're going to get their best, and the crowd is going to be screaming.
What you mean? So Ron, basically,
I don't
so
disagree with that. I just think that the fans in South Carolina are going to be more ruckus than the fans in Georgia. That is how I feel.
that's
I
Oh,
just
true,
think
but
that
it's still gonna be up there. But Jordan Hare is gonna be more ruckus than anybody. But I will say this. I will say this though. But see here go Phil. See, they don't know. They don't know we coming. Cause see, everybody play us like it's they Super Bowl. Everybody play us like it's they Super Bowl.
yeah, still that. At least Coach Prime instilled something in you. We're
Stop with
we're
that.
coming.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to pick it back on that. Oh, we coming. Hey, how many teams? How many games your team winning? We're gonna start with Ron. Well, no. It's my turn. Our
Yeah.
best player, I believe, is it's Draylon Miller. And since I'm the host, I get to sneak another one in. And you know what I'm saying? Our linebacker, I believe he's our tackle, if I'm not mistaken, right? So from if you know what I mean, where is he from? Was it Florida? Are they in Florida or are they like on the outskirts of Florida, like DC, Maryland?
Who's
CU
that?
tackle?
Jordan Seaton.
no. He's from up north, but he went to
Well, he's
school
from
at.
Maryland, but I'm like,
But he went to God Almighty. Oh
Florida.
God.
He went to
IMG.
IMG.
where's IMG? Is
IMG.
IMG like on the outskirts or is it like in
No, that's in
Florida?
Florida. That's
Oh, okay.
in Florida.
So I say Draylon Miller and Jordan Seaton are our best players on this here team. Now the
You
worst,
should have Jordan Seaton as number one, man.
Yeah.
um,
And I don't think Dre. I like Amarion Miller, but I don't know if he's the best in that wide receiver room, bro. I would argue with you on that because
Isn't that a great?
Bosa
That's a great.
is for real.
That is a great problem to have. I'm telling you, and I agree.
yeah, our wide receivers room is not going to have an issue, getting open and being able to
There's
catch
talent
the ball.
everywhere.
Yeah,
in
we
there.
got talent in that room. Now, one thing I do wish is that we had a whole bunch of Jordan Seatons on that line. Then I can call the season. The only reason why I haven't really called the season for Colorado yet is because I don't know those guys. You feel me? Like we don't really we don't know those guys. We only have like one or two spot talent, but everybody else is it's still questionable. They're coming from different places. We understand that we had that before, but now it's I don't really understand. I don't know. But who's the worst?
That's what happened. That's what happens when you're dealing with the portal, unfortunately.
Uh-oh. We knew the portal.
I didn't say anything crazy though, did I?
I ain't say you did. I'm just saying we knew the portal last year. We saw the portal, but we can say, okay, we knew who the portal guys were, who were portaling. But this year, even though it's still the same portal, we don't know. We don't know them. Is it that Well-Off is not featuring them anymore? Is that what it is?
It's two things. Your attention is divided because you're worried about Travis, you're worried about Shiloh, Jimmy, right. LeJounte, Shador in the NFL, and because Deion was going through what he was going through, Bucky was out in Texas with him. He wasn't on campus kicking it with the guys doing
Yeah.
workouts and things of that nature. So
Maybe
it makes sense. So I don't think it's because it's a lack of talent. I just think now the quote unquote CU fan base, their attention
split.
has to be spread out in a lot of different pots.
Yeah, and then me, who's supposed to be like the central place where people come and get information, I've been split too. So my bad, guys. You know what I'm saying? And then life has been lifing. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get back on my JO. You feel me? Because I need to know these players. I need to be able to call this game like it's in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, Harry, for what I've seen, some people are saying that one, the common now, everybody's a dog. Number two,
that's always been.
yeah,
They always been.
number two, Salter's winning the Heisman, or it's gonna be up there.
Oh,
Three,
come on, DC. Let me
you
get
got
this
the
out. Come on,
best
man.
wide receiver room in the
You
entire
have that
world.
agitation spirit right now, okay? You just stop doing this, okay? Okay, I'm trying to keep the little bit of subscribers I got yesterday, okay? I ain't trying to lose the few I got last night without doing any work, okay? So please, actually, we did do work. We was on yesterday, right? I think.
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay. So I did work for it. I'm sorry. All right. I did work for the few that we got. All right. So who's gonna be the worst? This one is tough. How do you choose the worst without knowing these guys? I feel like I'm just about to pull a name out the bag without even knowing these
Tyler Brown.
You're not gonna force me into saying Tyler Brown. All right.
Running back room.
I can't say the praying mantis Shiloh. Shiloh's not there no. Oh my goodness. Yeah, who is gonna be the worst? I can say Ryan Staub, maybe, since he's like QB3 still. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were QB,
so
if you follow Shador, should you not be? If you follow Shador, if you were the number 2 with Shador, why did those 2 new guys comes in and your name didn't move up the ladder?
Because he's not that good.
I seen Ryan Staub throw 2 picks in the preseason so far. So no.
So then, all right. So then I'm justified by saying Ryan Staub.
But I saw big posters where he was going to play, and they had big old posters out there that the buff stops here. Did you see that?
The buff stops with him? Are you joking? Come on, man.
Don't believe Harry. Don't fall for it.
Listen here, what I said. The
don't
buffs,
fall for it, Harry.
It says the buffs. The poster said the buffs stops here. That's what it said.
Oh.
Yo, that is the cheesiest joke, but that is making me crack up. Oh my god!
Every time he pulls up the pickup, they hide. I'm telling you, like, oh, Dad is here. Dad is here. Dad, please don't talk to the teacher.
That is crazy word.
Alpine, what's up with you? I believe the team will be better than last year. Whoa, that's a major statement. Hold on now. I believe the team will be better than last year, and we won't have many stars. Oh, it's about to be a Georgia Tech. It's about to be an Indiana. It will be a balanced team, and each individual will quietly make us great. Okay, let me ask you how you're reading that, because let me just say it first how I'm reading this. When you get a bunch of superstars, if you're the staff, you kind of have to play to the superstars. When you don't have superstars and you don't have to do no favors, or you don't have to really focus on them, now you can kind of focus on the entire team. Does that sound like what you're hearing in Alpine Sports statement? Y'all can tell me what you're hearing in that statement. Let's start with Phil. What do you hear first, Phil?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much that cut and dry. I think it's the fact that you don't have a Shador, you don't have a Travis. I think you're going to see a little bit more team ball. And I think you're going to see a more complete offense, because we can talk about the daddy ball narrative all we want to. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. But the way it looked last year was that it was a little bit of stat padding in situations where they could have been running the ball, or at least trying to establish the run. I think this year establishing the run is going to be the key component into Colorado's success.
Ron, do you see an Indiana or a Georgia Tech style in what Alpine is saying? Or do you think that they lack the talent? Even I don't care if it's well-rounded football, they're still not going to have the talent to pull this off. Ron, you here? Or Ron, you busy? All right, let's go to DC. Ron, let us know when you come on.
Okay. I want to say Alpine Garage Sports first. Stay out the mountains. You need some supplemental oxygen because your brain is not working today. No, I'm just playing with you. By
Why
the way,
you
I'll
gonna
be
do
watching your
Alpine
show.
like that, bro?
I'm just
Alpine is
playing.
the OG.
I know.
You got kids that see you.
I'm messing with him. Every time I do see it, he's on. I will tune in and watch. But the thing, but here's the thing.
Okay.
I think that this the biggest thing, and I bet you Ron Taylor agree with this. If they don't commit, that could be true what he said. But if they don't commit to the run and can't stop the run like last year, then you'll have a better team. But because well, you may not have necessarily better defense, but if you don't to commit to the run this year and you can't stop the run, while you might have better players and they may work as a team, you're going to lose more games because when you look at the schedule, you start right off the bat a team that can basically run that ball pretty doggone well. And even if you win the game, y'all notice that did y'all notice like when Kansas State was running that Colorado players was coming out the game because of the beating that you take on those running teams. And you got a lot of teams. Delaware is going to run the ball on you. Wyoming will be more passing. You got some teams up front that can run the ball and they're physical teams, the Utah, that kind of stuff. So that's my concern from them is that you got a lot of pounding, no diddy. It's going to start happening right up front. And if you're not committed to run the ball and control the clock and stuff, because I don't think are going to be able to throw the ball around this year like you did last year.
Bro, I just got a vision. I don't know if this is gonna be real or not. I just got a vision of Georgia Tech running like the very first play of the game to get the ball that ran it all the way to the touchdown. I have no idea why I just got that vision when you
Well,
talk.
I mean, it's
I'll tell
possible.
you. I'll tell you why you got that vision. You got that vision because that option and the deception that they do in their running game is superb.
It is.
And if you can run that option with some success, you have an opportunity to beat anyone if they're not prepared and disciplined on defense to handle it.
Y'all
And
remember?
that's a fact.
Y'all remember last year when I said I want Georgia Tech's offense? How creative they were. They were so daggone creative in the season. I was like, oh my gosh.
But Harry, Shador doesn't have the skill set to run an offense like that. Just because he's not an option to actually run the ball as a quarterback, you now have that with Caden Salter.
Right.
That's true.
But Georgia Tech's offense, like their OC is so creative with
Oh
the
my
looks
gosh,
and the
it's
schemes.
incredible.
Like I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my goodness, dang, why we can't have that? I mean, they're gonna trick you so much that I don't know why. I think I saw a touchdown.
Harry, I can tell you this from firsthand experience. Your offensive playbook is limited or opened up based off of the skill set of your starting quarterback.
Not just the starting quarterback, but based off of your whole O-line. Because
I give you that too, but
if they can't protect your quarterback enough, you're gonna have to rearrange that playbook because you don't have the protection. So you gotta hurry it up.
So let me ask you this in Alpine Garage. Do you think because Salter has been there for maybe 6 months and you're pulling some pieces that you got out of portal and stuff, are you running and even Ron Tate, are you running a full playbook? Is everything on there? Because most of the time you do not have the full playbook at your disposal with that when you don't have your plays like that. What you think, Ron?
Well, on a professional level, you put your basic stuff in and then you massage it per team that you play.
Right.
So you'll have
just like the defense with Livingston.
You'll have your basic stuff in, and then your playbook will grow off of that. And like in an NFL camp, they'll give you a playbook that looks like a dictionary, but their basic play, things just run differently off of their basic plays that they have, that everyone knows that it's it's 132 YX zoomed G trap, and it might be a C trap or it might be a B trap, or things like that. So once they get their basic stuff in, man,
And let me
I,
add
I can't even think right now, Harry. You got me thinking about this 85-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
And listen, deception, the way Georgia Tech plays.
By the way, that's not a prophecy, by the way. That was just a
well,
vision.
thank you.
Oh,
their
okay.
deception, it helps their offensive line.
Oh, yes.
If they have a weak spot,
goodness.
their offensive coordinator is so good that he could hide their weak spot by the way he calls his plays.
By the schemes.
By the schemes. And that's what I hope that we're able to do this coming year, is to scheme some things according to the defense that we're playing.
Hey, just quick side note. When you talk about the play running, somebody brought up the thing of just a side note, and that's probably another conversation on another show, but they were saying when you look at the plays that Shador is running in practice, if he's in shotgun, that's generally not how the Browns run. So more under center stuff that I'm looking for. That's just something to look out, but continue.
Oh, yeah, you trying to go to the NFL. We're still on college.
Hey,
Yes.
can I make a point about
I
Georgia
might
Tech
just
real
end on
quick?
college because this college conversation is good.
Yes.
I don't even care about Shador today. Let's just stay on college.
Okay, hey, that's great, because otherwise I'm gonna jump off if y'all start talking about the Cleveland Doo-Doos.
Oh, Lord. Come on, Phil.
But,
you better watch a few NFL games because we going to need you on this panel.
no, I ain't got no problem with NFL, but college is college football is my first love.
You're gonna have
high school
You're
football.
gonna have to pretend your way in on the panel, okay? If we bring up NFL, I'm gonna need you to stay and just make it up.
Okay, duly noted. I can do that. But real quick about Georgia Tech, I was listening to On 3 with Andy and Ari, and they were talking about Georgia Tech's head football coach. They spoke with him at ACC Media Days, and he basically said he had already watched every single snap of a Colorado football game over the past 2 years since Deion and Livingston has been there. And that he is about to rewatch all the other teams from his upcoming season. So the head coach at Georgia Tech is a film dog. When he sits down and watch film, he don't just watch one game; he watching all of the games. So
Wait,
been
you just
sitting
said
back.
that you said the Georgia Tech's head coach said he don't watch all the games.
He has watched every Colorado game over the past 2 years that Deion has been there, and he's about to start
in the fan base.
No. What I'm saying is he is in that playbook, and unfortunately, I don't know if Colorado has a coach on their staff that is able to do that, let alone the head coach.
Oh yeah, that without a doubt. And if they're not doing that, I don't know. I hear a lot of static. Is that me?
I don't know. Everybody, put it on mute if you're not talking.
I think that's your heating pad, Ron.
That's a heating pad. It's me.
DC, man.
Bengay. It's the AI Bengay.
Hey. but listen, if the coaches, the head coach, the coordinators are not doing that, they don't deserve the pay that they're receiving, because every team should be doing that. At least the coordinators, the offensive coordinators and the defensive coordinators should be doing that. Yeah, and along with their position coaches, if not the head coach. I don't think Saban did that his latter years. I think he relied on his coordinators to do exactly that. But that's something that should be normal, should be a norm with all the teams.
Yo,
hey, Harry.
Yeah. Yard man said the only thing Prime watches is bank account.
Well,
and his pretty little girlfriend.
I guess.
Don't do it, Phil.
Man, you guys dig for anything, man. You like chickens in the yard, man. You scratching and digging. That man fighting for his life.
Hey,
he came for free, so he fighting for his life.
He got something he trying to get back to. That's why he fighting so hard. Pause.
Hey, let Tim speak. Okay, Dallas is in the building. Dallas is on the mic. Go ahead, got Dallas.
Dang, Phil.
Oh God.
But
hey, let me check my subscribers because y'all are killing me right now. Go ahead.
I think that CU defense is gonna cause habit for for Georgia Tech.
Be careful what you
I,
say around here. We
no,
keep
no.
receipts.
Yeah. I'm glad you keep them.
Okay.
But we got 2 edge rushers that's coming back from last season. I think one had 6 sacks. The other one, I think he had 7 sacks. Um, we got, I can't call the guys' names, but I looked at a little bit of their highlights last night. But they run sideline to sideline, and they tackling machines. So I feel like last season, even though we had 2 solid Bentley and Nakai Hill Green, I felt like they were decent linebackers up the middle, but that sideline to sideline, I just felt like Bentley was getting cooked on some passing plays, but he was good. He was decent at the run. But having these linebackers that can run sideline to sideline, and then they got a safety out of UCF. Uh, man, this kid, he's a tackling machine. He flies downhill. So I feel like we getting a better, in my opinion, a better player than what we had last season at weak safety. So I'm not looking to think that Georgia Tech gonna come out there and just run all over Colorado. Because for one, they playing in Colorado. Number two, I just feel like they got better uh better
Are you
players
saying
in that middle, man.
Be
are you
careful.
saying Colorado has a home field advantage because you said they're playing in Colorado like it was a big deal, like ooh they should be scared of playing in Folsom Field. Like what are you trying to
No,
say?
what I'm saying is that they have the home field advantage to their advantage a little bit.
Okay,
Hold up.
You
that's
dig
fair.
what I'm
If
saying?
you
Versus
no, if
playing
you
in
say home, does home field advantage has Colorado played like somebody should be afraid of Colorado in the last couple of years? I don't think so.
I think K-State didn't come in that game thinking that they were just finna run all over them, and they had to play a solid game in order to beat them at home.
But Alpine, listen, you know you're OG, so you're probably remembering the Banger Boys from the '90s. I ain't talking about the old school Folsom. Who like in what recent year or what year are we talking about when you say you should be afraid of Folsom? What year are we talking about?
I'm not saying that you should be afraid of Folsom at
I
all.
don't think
What I'm
anybody's
saying,
afraid of Folsom
hey,
in the
listen,
last 5 to 10 years. Nobody's afraid of Folsom.
okay, I'll put it to you like this then.
Uh-huh.
If if Georgia went to Georgia Tech first game of the season, DC, Phil, you gonna know where I'm going with this. If Georgia went to Georgia Tech the first game of the season, Georgia should have a slight edge on the numbers if you betting in Vegas. But
They're gonna be concerned.
Georgia Tech would have a
Yeah,
better chance of winning that game at home than they would going
but
to
there's a
Georgia.
difference between the last 5 years Georgia Tech than the last 5 years Colorado. Colorado has given
year.
nobody any reason to be afraid. Georgia Tech has.
My pushback is going to be this. Georgia Tech took Georgia to the brink at Georgia Stadium, and North Dakota didn't look like they came in scared.
Right. Even like you talking about FCS has not even come in being afraid, let alone a big name like Georgia Tech should be afraid of Folsom. Now, you do make a good point, Alpine, when you said the altitude. Maybe the altitude is the only thing that people should be concerned about, but
Bump the altitude. I'm talking about the
why if we
fan
said the
base.
altitude, then we're not worried about the players. I want to get to this thing where he says the Colorado coaching staff, but yeah, I mean, y'all bring up this whole Folsom Field, and I don't know that anybody's afraid of Folsom Field. I mean, like, let's be real. Tell me
Tim
one
has
or
a
two.
point.
Give me one or two reasons why somebody should be afraid of Folsom Field. I can tell you at least 2 reasons why people should be afraid of Georgia Tech, Y'all seen that linebacker that looked like the it? Yo, is that guy still at Georgia Tech or did he leave? The one that made the memes. His shoulder pad was so like thick, and everybody was like, "Yo,
you can just put on big shoulder pads. That don't mean you a G.
No, but he played like it.
Hey,
the way like
Harry,
he was. Yeah.
Hey, if I'm gonna tell you this, if
Uh-huh.
the kid that they bought out of the portal for the running back, I want you to go look at his highlights, and if they create a running lane, and if it's 1-on-1 with him and that same linebacker that you're talking about, he gonna be at Folsom Field on his knees praying, just like Shiloh did last year against
Wait. Whose
K-State.
linebacker is gonna be praying?
Georgia Tech linebacker, because this kid can hit his head on the goalpost, and he's super fast, bro, like Dylan Edwards fast.
Well, I'm gonna counter you, Tim, with this. Is that what's gonna happen is the Georgia Tech defense is gonna come in there with Salter and gonna pull up and say, I pull up in a van and say, get in the back, I got candy, and you ain't finna see that dude for the rest of the doggone game. That's what's finna happen.
Y'all gonna all be surprised, bro. Wow.
Yo, no, Quilita said nobody keeps sweat. Ain't nobody afraid of Folsom. Look, Colorado's my team, okay? But Colorado don't give you a reason to be afraid of Folsom. The players don't. The altitude does. But if it's the altitude, then that means that in the second quarter is a wrap. Because once you get used to the altitude and you start playing, teams have come in there and you've given them no reason to be afraid of Folsom. I know college football stadiums that make you afraid because of the players. Bruh, if you go to certain stadiums, like if no matter what your ranking is during that year, if you go to certain stadiums, you are afraid of what they're gonna do because you know that these dudes can play. So, but Colorado, man, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this, Harry. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me ask this to DC and Phil, because they SEC guys. So last season, did Vandy sneak out of there with a win against Alabama and Vanderbilt? I can't remember.
I wouldn't say sneak. They dominated most of the game. Bama had an opportunity to come back at the end of the game, but Jalen Miro poo-pooed the bed. So I think it's fair to say they feel like this.
And that's
At
a
the end
prime
the game,
example
they
of
knew
what
they
I'm
was gonna
saying.
win.
You mean like when Bama went into Georgia, to LSU and Milroe ran all over them?
No, they ain't what I'm talking
but
about.
DC, do you remember when the
I'm messing with you.
defensive coordinators and the offensive coordinators left the suite, and they left the suite before the game was even over with because it didn't even matter because it was like 49-2 at the
Yep,
time,
it
or
was-
something like that.
And the
They
same
were-
time
Okay.
when Alabama came into Death Valley, when Joe Burrow was there, and y'all thought that y'all was the hot stuff, and we blew y'all out. Actually, we buried y'all in the first quarter, and we just sent the hearse on down the road.
Tim, here's where you're wrong. That game was not in Death Valley. That game was at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And that game, yes, y'all dominated the first quarter.
You are right.
But Alabama came back at the very end, and the only reason why y'all won that game was because y'all went for it on the 4th and 1, and Bama's 35, and y'all did a little read option, and Burrow kept the ball and got 2 yards on the edge instead of getting just that 1 yard that he should have got. So don't try to come at me. If you ain't got your facts straight, don't come at me, Tim.
That game was over with in the first quarter. But
No, that's BS. That's BS. Go back and look at it. Let's be honest now.
Yes,
y'all dominated.
And Phil watches. He rewatches each game every offseason. He goes back and rewatches every game twice before just to get ready for the season. So,
I'm gonna give you everything that you say is true, but you ain't finna sit here and act like that was a blowout. That game was a heck of a lot closer. Matter of fact, that was the closest game that LSU played all season. That was the only game that LSU won by single digits, by a touchdown. Bama was right there with it, so I'm just making sure.
That's all right. And then last year,
W, but don't lie on my team now.
Right. Then last year, Brian Kelly, as Milroe was running all over him, broke about 8 headsets. Dadgummit, bam. Dadgummit,
That's all
bam.
he's good for.
He did, DC.
And let me just address Mr. JR Boxing because he come in here trying to swing his way into this. He says, "Stop it, Harry. GT was 7-6 last year, and the previous 4 years they had losing records." Yeah, but when you look at if we can take a basketball analogy, there were some teams that their previous 4 years were not so good, but they've been quietly building, and then all of a sudden now they're champions. So yeah, we can't look at one team and say every single year they're going to be bad. If you look at the last 4 years, just look at last year. Georgia Tech has been quietly building, and now all of a sudden they woke people up last year. What do you think they're going to do this year? This year is going to be a year where Georgia Tech shines. So you're saying last year they were 7-6. Now they're going to come into this year. They got an easy Colorado to get the season started. I think that's an easy game. Y'all can come at me all y'all want, but I think Colorado's an easy game for them.
Hey Harry, I got to jump off, man. It's been real. Run, DC, Tim, the whole
Right
crew.
on time.
It's been good talking to y'all, man. I hope y'all be blessed, not stressed. Y'all blessed to be a blessing. So if y'all blessed, why y'all ain't going out there blessing somebody else? So make sure y'all do that on this beautiful Friday.
So, hey man, appreciate you coming on. So Alpine says Georgia Tech does. All right, Phil. Thank you. Georgia Tech does not know how to prepare for Colorado. Something tells me, based on what Phil said, that guy's going back and watching all the games that they played last year, and then going back and watching every single thing since Coach Prime has been there. Some tells me they're going to be ready for Colorado, because you may not have the tape on Colorado's team based on the transfer portal, but you can go back and you can watch tape from when they were at their other teams. Now, I don't know about, I'm not trying to defend Georgia Tech too much, but that's the thing. We still have the guy that I wanted him to lead. We got Shermer. All right. Shermer's playbook is vanilla. Shermer has not, unless, you had a better quarterback, you had a way better team, which from my standpoint, and the playbook did not open too much. So unless you telling me that they have a better offensive line this year, then what is Shermer going to do? If he doesn't have a better quarterback, what are they going to do differently than what they did last year? So I don't know. Like you said, if they don't have no superstars that they have to cater to, maybe they'll play better. I can't call it. I'm going to have to wait and see. But I'm not a big fan of Shermer, because his play calling is just too vanilla for me. It just I'm not Houdini, but I'm just saying, okay. You gotta follow the trends. All right. He had 1.5 years with Shador, and that play calling was just too predictable. So let's see what happens. Harry, talk about Georgia Tech they all fresh meat. We're gonna have a field day with them. Okay. All right. Like I don't know, man. maybe you're not paying attention enough to Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech is gonna be one of those formidable teams this year. They're gonna be rocking when they come in.
Well, here's the thing. Let's go ahead and say I am not going to say that Colorado can't nor will win this game at this time. What I am going to sit back and say is let's make these arguments balanced. For example, Georgia Tech's team has been together as a unit far longer than Colorado has. So you're coming out there and you are going to have first game where you got to work out a lot of kinks. You don't have it where Salter, like what Shador has been throwing to these players, like to like Travis for years. Everybody's trying to get on one page. So if somebody's going to if you have this great team, that's fine. But the chance to get you is in the beginning where you're working out the kinks. You don't have the full playbook all the way open yet. We talked about that. Georgia Tech does have more of their playbook. They can misdirection you. They can do all kind of stuff that keeps you frozen. So you have to understand you are not going to out athlete Georgia Tech. You got to go ahead and deal with that. You can beat them, but when you sit back and say we're going to make them fresh meat, I'm going to sit back and say their head coach is a offensive lineman specialty. So I think there's one area that's going to probably be pretty solid. It's going to be their line.
Yeah, and their OC. I mean, their head coach and their OC. So both of them are locked in on how they're going to beat Colorado. I think, I think they're going to be ready for Colorado. I don't know that it's going to be like a blown out game, but they're definitely going to give Colorado a real run.
Let me ask you this. If you're going back looking at every single game that Coach Prime has played for the last 2 seasons, what does that say? That there's some sense of fear there, that you don't want to get beat or upset or lose to Coach Prime in Colorado, what the headlines may say if they do get beat?
Are you saying that Georgia Tech is going to?
If the head coach have to go back and look at that much film
Mm-hmm.
all the way from the beginning,
Yeah.
or is that something that he do with each team that he faced? Because that's a lot of film.
No, I think he's just talking about his preparation. I think that's how he prepares for everyone. I don't think he's trying to send any type of message. I think he's just saying, look, man, he's going to start this season off, and they're gonna be ready to play. That's what I hear.
I okay, I agree with that. I mean, I'm like DC. I can't say, Colorado gonna win. I already know what Georgia Tech brings to the table.
Right.
Each and every
Each
year.
and every year, you know that they're reminiscent of old school football. They're gonna come and they're gonna smack you in the mouth quickly.
Well, yeah, that and the state that they recruiting out of too. Out of Georgia alone. I mean, they bring some big hogs with them. So, but I just feel like Colorado has the opportunity to possibly sneak out of Folsom Field with a win.
I need to get a break so I can just look into. I have not looked into Colorado as closely as have looked at them in the past couple of years. I need a break so I can contact my guy Tony at the Buffalo's Wire to just look at all his writings, because he's the one that I usually look at, to just look at everything that they got, because I really haven't taken a deeper look and to just kind of see some of the films that they got out there. Like I did the first couple of years, interested. I was like, okay, I haven't done it, but we'll see. We got to get out of here, though, man. Well, go ahead.
I would say this is that I'm not saying that Colorado will be better, but I can sit back and say there's nobody on that schedule that is fearing Colorado. Not one person.
Bro, everybody's going to come out and they're just going to run the ball. Everybody already know how to beat Colorado. Just run the ball.
And I'm telling y'all now, Delaware can run the ball too. I'm just saying.
They're going to come out and they're going to run the ball. Like, if you run the ball on Colorado, you can run the ball 90% of the time and then do one pass and win the game. Like,
hey Harry, that running, I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's just my thoughts. Running against CU this season is gonna be harder than it was last season for teams to do, because of the athletic talent that they have on their squad, man. When I say them guys get downhill,
which room on defense gives you that confidence?
All of them.
Every room?
Man, I'm telling you, hey Harry, you got to take a break.
Bro, send me some links. Bro, send me some links.
Man, hey, the linebackers.
Okay, so I should look at the linebackers room.
And one of them's brother is a Pro Bowler in the NFL. He flying downhill, bro. He runs sideline to sideline. I mean, he's a tackling machine, bro.
Has he been free enough to play with his brother on the weekends? That's all I want to know.
Well, off season he gonna get.
Because whether he plays in the NFL, that ain't helping his brother.
No. Well, yes, it is. It got him to see you.
No,
So,
I'm saying, does he take off on the weekends to go help his brother?
oh, I don't know, man. You got FaceTime. You got all kinds of stuff that you can talk through and break down film. But anyway,
Okay.
um, I don't
Oh
think
man.
it's gonna be as easy. They got depth, and then not only that, that kid that they got from Alabama, he wasn't a bad pickup, bro, like at all. He was just hurting. Hopefully that he can stay healthy. That middle, bro, him coming from Alabama to the Big 12, he gonna push people around, bro, and be in the backfield a lot. How Warren Sapp was, he gonna live in the backfield, bro. I'm telling you.
Yo, bandwagon Browns is like Harry B. Watch all the buff channels. You used to be one. He said, "Watch well off DMVR pregame. Reach the people."
Now, come on, bandwagon Browns. You're not getting no contrast. You expect them to sit back and say, hey, yo, our linebacker room, it don't look good. It's looking kind of sketchy. Looking kind of sketchy. You're not going to get that. That's why I do watch those, but I also watch stuff that contradicts. That's what we got to do. Again, I'm not saying that Colorado can't win. I do know that the line is 4.5 in favor of Georgia Tech. My thing is that if y'all think about this conversation is very similar to the conversation we had about North Dakota State last year. And North Dakota State was a fight. I'm gonna tell you right now because I understand somebody's challenging my I ain't doing my research. It's gonna be a hard sell at this point for you to tell me that Colorado's incoming line was better than the line that Georgia Tech had took Georgia to 8 overtimes. That's what I'm saying. And that's fine, man.
Well,
You can cuss at me all you want to, but at the end of the day is the pull up TLP, join TLP live. It is what it is. I'm not saying nothing to hate on you. I'm just basically sitting here saying is you can't sit here and tell me a line that you haven't seen and a defensive unit you have not seen is going to be better than what Georgia Tech faced last year going up against Georgia. It
hey,
is what it is.
who is Otis? What position does Otis play? Alpine says Otis is going to be an issue for Georgia Tech.
That might be true.
Who is Otis? And what position does he play, Alpine? I want to know who Otis is. Because now you're gonna have to, because I've been traveling every single weekend. Every Saturday, Friday, I'm off. I'm on the road and I'm traveling every weekend, and the summer is finally almost over. So maybe I get a Saturday off where I'm not traveling, and I can finally take a breather and look up these players. Okay, so he's a defensive tackle from Alabama. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know who it is. I just didn't say nothing. I know who it is.
You're like,
I know exactly who it
that's
is
your
and how
that's your Bama
exactly
boy, DC, and
and
you ain't home.
exactly how he. I know exactly why he's at Colorado, but I'm not saying nothing. You're
All right,
right.
DC, we're gonna have to. You gotta put me on when we get offline. You gotta put me on who Otis is. I need the skinny on Otis. I need to know. Hey, Alpine, send me. Let me put my email on the screen. You should know my email. Alpine, send me who I need to look up. You know my info, Alpine. You already know you got my number. Send me, Alpine, send me who I need to look for on Colorado. Because I can go to Tony Casolo, but Alpine, and then I got Brian Howard as well. But send me who I need to look for. Who you saying, because you probably been paying more attention than me. And I've been real busy this summer. But join tlpsports@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know who I need to look up. That way I can go watch some film and I can see if I get any type of discernment. Because y'all know most of my stuff don't come from your regular stuff. I go to the tea leaves and I go to the Holy Spirit. Because, that's what I got to do. I don't listen to a bunch of y'all. I got to go to the Holy Spirit. But like, Holy Spirit, please help me out. Because these dudes, they're talking greasy. So that's how I got to do. But everyone, DC, look for everyone. Unspoken. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna look up Otis Yard man, let me. What yard man got to say? Oh, this can't even scare a baby. He's soft. Yard man, I don't know when to agree with you or not agree with you because you're killing me, bro. Oh my gosh. Hey, Todd Smith, you should send me some links too because I need to know everyone. Oh, okay, so I need to look for everyone. Nah,
Look for
man,
everyone.
you can't look
Look
for
for
everyone.
everyone. No, yes, you can, Harry. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The lovers of Colorado are right, but the haters be right too, and the people in between. So it's a good game, folks. Y'all know we just sit up here having fun, talk track. Isn't it fun, Harry B, when you got some
Yo,
smoke going back and forth?
yo, I love it, man. I'm telling you,
Me
I did not
too.
even get the Shador today, and I love this conversation. We didn't get the Shador today. And did you notice Doge did not steal Phil's joy?
I see.
Phil came in and he was kicking. He was kicking and screaming today. That's what's up.
But
Hey,
Harry
I
B,
got
I
a
think I
hot
sent you
topic
some
for you.
stuff. Go ahead, Ty.
Go
Oh no, I
ahead.
was gonna tell Harry, I got a hot topic for him, man.
What's happening?
Man, and you could touch on this too, DC. Donald Trump
Uh-oh.
is trying to do away with paying athletes. If it happens, how do y'all see this thing playing out as far as recruiting goes and how Alabama dominated for decades with getting
We'll
top
just
tier talent?
we'll
Let
just
me,
go back
let-
to paying people under the table.
yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
easy.
saying. Let me go first. I think he doesn't have enough time. He only got what he's already is he's not he's into the he's almost done with 1 year, right? He got 2.5 left, I think. What, 3.5 left? He ain't
Yeah.
got enough time to do that. Because there's too many loopholes. He cannot do everything with executive orders. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff goes through different it goes to the House, it goes to the Senate. There's a lot to do. He doesn't have enough time to implement that. Keep in mind that most of his stuff that he does, because he's running a reality show, it's mostly about like trying to get attention. He goes where the attention is. He knows that college football is hot. So he throws his and then he's also trying to divert from that whole Epstein situation. So anywhere where he can kind of like grab for some attention and just try to divert from other things, that's where he's going to go. But if you really dig deep into it, he ain't got that much time to be able to do that because this thing is already implemented in college football. NIL is already implemented. So to undo that, he needs legislation. You don't just say something and it happens in the government. You're
And I'm
gonna
gonna
need a couple of groups to agree to it, and then you're gonna have to run it.
I'm gonna say this real quick. Because and Ty, you got my phone number here, B. Some of the stuff that's about to come down the pipe, he ain't gonna have no time for it. I'm just being
Yeah,
honest with you. Because you
he ain't
still
got
have Russia going on, you still have
yeah.
Israel, and I mean, and bro, I'm just telling you, he ain't about to have time. But y'all have been heard me talk about this. But I do want to say one quick thing for it. It's that unspoken sport. I'm not unspoken sport. Bandwagon Browns, which I love you. I love that you bring that smoke. I just got one question. You said no one from CU messes with Buffton Prime anymore because they are fake and phony. Is that because TKL predicted a 5-7 record? Because he was fine when he was predicting good. But is that because he predicted 5-7 with all the film he watches? I just want to know.
DC, why are you picking on my members in the chat? Leave them
I
alone,
love
man.
bandwagon Browns. That's what we supposed to do,
Leave
folks.
my
I'm
people.
telling you right
Let
now.
me check my subscribers, man. DC, what are you doing, man? Leave my
wanna
people
go.
alone.
I'm loving going back and forth. Know how Ryan Tate, we can sit in here and mix it up. It ain't no love lost. I ain't talking ish because I'll give Colorado their praise. But if I feel that your linebacker room is sketchy, which I feel like it is, I'm just gonna say it. But hopefully it's a great. Oh,
Oh, he
okay. I
said.
see
Oh,
what you're saying.
he was going.
DC,
I
DC,
get
I'd
you
like to
now, bro.
chime. I'd like to chime in and just tell you this.
Send
Yes,
the
there is
cow.
love loss. There is love
What?
loss. See
What?
you. War Eagle, there's love lost, and it started way before CU.
Well, then I guess I need to put on my jacket, start singing Cisco and let the rain fall on. Without you, Ron, my life is incomplete.
Hey, Ron Tate, I got a
Yes, sir.
question for
Before
you.
you get on Ron, let me just
Okay.
say salute to Alpine Garage Sports. This man's been watching us, and his wife is pissed at him. It's just like my wife. When I tell her I gotta go live when we only got like an hour, she's like, "Oh Lord." So he's been watching us and then trying to pack. So I salute. Drive safe. Be safe on the road, Miss Alpine. We appreciate you letting him watch a little bit. Thank you so much, Alpine. Be safe out there and have a great trip in Maine, man. I appreciate you. All right, go ahead, Ty Smith.
Hey, Ron, have you had a chance to look at some of the incoming players on the defensive side of the ball for CU this season?
So, hey, wait, before you answer that question, are we just leaving the T-Cal tender situation? Are we leaving?
Oh no, I was gonna touch that
Buckton
on
Prime
my way.
alone? We gonna leave him alone?
On my way out, I was gonna say that now. Bam, Brown. That's freaking hilarious. T-Cal is tender cow, man.
Like, okay, let's leave it alone. Since we're leaving, let's leave it alone. I don't
Just
want
let me know when you go on the go into the chat and say it, because you know he gonna eat you up. Just let me know. I gotta see that.
All right, go ahead, Ron. Answer that question.
Hey, T-Cal ain't nobody to play with. I'm telling you, he brings
He's
receipts.
not. He does.
And he knows his football. To be so young. What was the question, Tim?
Tim, say your question one more time so we can get up out of
he
here.
asked if I've seen any of the defensive players.
Have you had a chance to look at any of the incoming defensive players for this season?
I have not. I try to catch some of the work that T-Cal and TC the Fan were doing on Buffton Prime, but because of my scheduling, and you can tell how I've been missing you guys, because of my scheduling, I haven't been able to take a look at it and study it the way I like to study it. So that's what I said. I don't know. All I know is that I don't know anything about the linebackers, and that's why I chose them to be the weakest unit. And I'm thinking against Georgia Tech, if that defensive line is not disruptive, against Georgia, if our defensive line is not disruptive against Georgia Tech's offense, we're going to be in for a long day.
Especially if they get that first 85-yard touchdown that I just.
Oh, stop, Harry! Stop that, man! Stop that, man! You know, you be talking to the ancestors and all that stuff, man. Cut it out.
Hey, I said this is not a prophecy. It's not ancestor watching. First of all, I don't do that. I don't do no ancestor. I'm gonna leave that to y'all Black Americans. I'm not Black American.
We don't do that. We just watch it on TV.
Y'all the one that talk to the ancestors. I'm from Africa, so
You
I don't
mean
do that.
Harry? You mean you don't be sitting in your room and all of a sudden you smell sweet potato pie, and then the Ethel face will show up. Now, baby, Georgia Tech gonna run now. Make sure you look.
Yeah. Listen, we don't do ancestors in Africa. Y'all the one that needs to do that. We don't have to do that. We good. We don't do ancestors. It's always dudes from Harlem and like Brooklyn. They do like the ancestor. They wear those weird things on them, those like medallions from like Egypt and stuff. And they talk about ancestors. We don't have to do that. We from Africa, so I don't do ancestors. That's weird. Y'all, man, what you got? Oldest stats since 2022. 20 solos, 37 assisted tackles, 5 pass breakups, 1.5 sacks, and we talking about Otis. Dang, y'all, man, like, what do you be doing, bro? Like,
hey, look, if any of the players coming in and they have talent, if they have skill, and we put them with the coaches that we have, I think it's an upgrade. They could become an upgrade if they work hard. And a perfect example of someone with skill,
last year, right?
A perfect example of someone with skill set and is working hard and has transformed their body is Jordan Seaton. And I'm not just saying that because he's a 5-star. I'm just saying he worked his butt off and he looks like an offensive lineman now. I'm telling you, oh my gosh, I expect big things out of him this year. And I'm just hoping and praying that some of these guys on the defense have done the same thing.
Ben Working Browns wants to know, you guys ever smell sweet potato pie, then it ends up being pumpkin pie? I think that's for your African Americans.
No,
You
no,
never smell sweet potato pie and you thought it, and then it ended up being pumpkin pie?
no.
You
Because
can
if
tell the
that's the
difference?
case, your cook doesn't know what they're doing.
So you can tell the difference from the smells?
Pumpkin pie has a distinct smell, and you know it's not sweet potato.
Well,
Sweet
first of
potato.
all, we call it pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that's right. Well, DC, you're correct. It is pumpkin. It's not pumpkin. It's pumpkin pie. That's right. He's 100% correct. And that's old school. That again, that's old school cookout stuff. It's not a barbecue. It's a cookout.
Wait. Y'all got pumpkin and what's the name pie at the cookout?
Nah,
Uh,
man, you show up with a pumpkin pie, you getting it smushed in your face. Get on up out of here. And we
Yeah,
snatch
you
black
don't get
card
pies
right
at the
out the back.
cookout. Nobody brings
You
pies
gotta
to
have.
the
It's
cookout.
only sweet potato. Sweet potato.
No,
Pumpkin
you
pie is
don't
not
get
allowed.
those are on the holidays. That's not at the cookout.
A pumpkin pie.
No, you
Pumpkin
don't get
pie.
those at cookouts.
We don't have them anywhere. It's all sweet potato.
No. I know that, but I'm saying the pies you don't get at the cookouts.
Sometimes you do. Family
When?
reunion.
That's
you got to
true.
think about
Sometimes you
that.
do.
Sometimes you do.
When? Because I don't remember.
Family reunions. You
Tupac
get that.
never told us we got.
Oh yeah. Listen, the pumpkin
Family
pies
reunion?
come and it goes just like the potato salad if it's cooked correctly. The
Right,
sweet
and it's
potato
really-
pie and the potato salad will be gone.
Right.
I'm
And
telling
the sweet
you.
potato pie is really just 98% sugar and like 2% other ingredients.
2% potato.
Yeah, if you're diabetic and you smell
Hey,
a sweet
they use
potato
one
pie, you're in
potato.
trouble.
They use 3 bags of sugar and 1 potato.
It's sad. It's sad, but it's true.
Let's get up out of here, man. Let's do final thoughts so I can go. Oh man, I think I gotta do a show tomorrow because I left some meat on the bone again. There's a lot of conversations we want to have, but we don't get to them. I like college today. I definitely like college today. You know what? Let me show you all this before we go. I had something queued up, and I didn't really get to it. So let me show y'all. I hope it don't strike up a conversation. It was queued up. That's Kim Ward. That's Shador. How far did I go down? Look, man, I had something queued up and then I lost it. So maybe it's too much. Oh, you know what? I pressed. You know how when you got something queued up on Twitter and then that little thing comes up to show you more? Yeah. All right. Anyways, I lost it. Final thoughts. Let's get up out of here. We'll do another show some other time. Maybe tomorrow we'll do another show. Final thoughts. And let's start with Ron Tate.
Well, I tell you, I'm hoping, since Coach Prime said that we have a better team than last year and better coaching staff, I hope it shows in the win-loss, because I'm dreaming of a worse record of 10-2. 10-1 is my goal, but I'm looking for 10-2 if the team is as good as the coaching staff.
We heard those terms. Oh, the team is better this year. We heard these things before. So,
well, they were true. They were true. Each year he said that. It's been true.
And I got to remind people that Colorado was tied for first in the Big 12 in their second year, when they were projected to be the 10th. They were projected to be ranked number 10th or number 11th by CBS.
No one talks about that. No one talks about that.
Yeah, I think it gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, DC. I mean, no one brings that up.
Yeah. Colorado was number 1. Like, if you're talking about individual, they were number 1. Tied. It's a 4-way tie for number 1 in the Big 12. So yeah, they were number 1 in the Big 12 with 4 other people.
Yeah, but see, I don't bring it up because I don't bring it up because the other team that was up there, BYU, beat the brakes off of you. So that's only to say that's by a data thing to say that you were tied for first. But at the end of the day, if you didn't play it in the game, and didn't come out with it, then how is that something to celebrate?
It's something to
Well,
celebrate because they didn't play in the regular season. They played at a time where guys didn't care anymore. So you gotta play. You gotta play in the regular season, and you can't discount somebody's accolade because you feel like something else could have happened, could have transpired. You just take the accolade for exactly what it is, because people are still talking about Travis Hunter not being the people's champ when it comes to the Heisman, but you can't take away the accolade. They were number one, tied 4 ways. It doesn't matter. No matter what happened, what transpired after that, doesn't matter.
Harry, DC pulled one of his great political moves by getting you off topic. I think the conversation was about the prediction of Colorado being either 12 or 11 or 10, and ended up being number 1.
Yeah.
See, you see how they skate over the top. The fact that they improved, and you don't talk about them. You don't talk about the improvement. You talk about, well, the other 4, or you know, one of the games you lost, you got the brakes beat off of you. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. We did. I mean, Colorado did.
Yeah,
they did.
But you can't take away, even because you know, I have that conversation a lot where when I bring something up, it's never just in its purest form. It's just like, oh, like for instance, I post a lot of Shador clips, right? And you get guys that will come onto the comments, and they would say, well, that could have been an interception. And I'm like, yeah, it could have been a lot of other things, but guess what it was? It was a catch. So yeah, they were tied for number 1. So you can just accept that and just leave it alone, because
okay, let me ask you this. Hold on one second. So
a lot of things transpire during the season.
Let me ask you this.
Love and Liberty hit the nail on the head.
But hold on one second. Who won the conference?
Oh, come on. See,
hold on. Let me ask you the question.
We can do a laundry list of things that could have went differently, but it doesn't matter.
I'm just asking the question.
We're talking about regular season. We're not talking about.
Okay, that's fine then. But that's fine. That's fine.
Where was DC? Where was Colorado predicted to finish at the end of the regular season?
Yeah, by CBS.
Where were
number 11?
They were about 10, 11, and Arizona State was projected to finish last.
The Sun for last was,
and that wasn't the case.
Was 11.
Yes, I agree.
They improved tremendously.
You finished the season,
and you don't. For you to be chosen to be anywhere below the top 10, and then you finish first, bro. If that's not a hell of an accomplishment, boy. And Colorado could have actually been first, but again, they dropped the ball at the end of the season. They could have been first.
Yes, but I definitely give them credit that the goal was to get Miss Peggy to a bowl game, and that happened. That is to be celebrated, and you most certainly should give them credit. That. Yes, they overachieved it.
Way over to come first in the conference when you were predicted to be out of 16 teams. You were predicted to be number 11, and you came
one-handed. With no running game.
Right.
Can I just say this though?
And you were predictable. Your entire playbook, you called 3 to 4 plays out of the entire season, and they still couldn't stop you.
Just let the record show. Most folks
DC
don't
is
do
having
that.
a hard time. Rod.
No, I accept it. I accept that.
He about to close a gasket.
I accept that. That's exactly what happened. I'm just basically sitting here telling you this, that don't nobody hardly do that. Where you go, okay, well, no, you don't hardly do that in other conferences. But I understand it and I respect it.
Don't hardly do what?
They don't.
Be predicted to be at the bottom of the conference and end up at the top.
You ever seen Auburn running around saying, "Hey, we was tied for number 1"? No, it's not finna happen. You're not going to see that in Clemson.
We're talking
You're not
about
going to see that in Miami. You're not going to see that in Michigan.
We're talking about the accomplishment. We're talking about the accomplishment of improvement.
Colorado ain't doing that. We're doing that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the accomplishment of improvement.
Yeah.
Not the narrative of why we're where we are, where we are. We're talking about we made improvement. I think that was
Yes.
the ultimate compliment.
Year
Absolute.
over year improvement. 1-11, 4-8, which should have been flipped around if those boys if they didn't start feeling their own, if they didn't start, drinking their own tea, right? And then 9-4. So that's year over year accomplishments. Like you
That's
said,
a great job.
you said you sit in the board meetings and you sit with leaders. So if you do that, if you are an executive and you show those type of numbers, they're not going to be asking you, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You're over there in that other restaurant, they sold a lot of biscuits. You ain't going to be asking those questions. You're going to be focused on your own stuff. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, we did do year over year improvement. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be talking about how many more biscuits this sold and because you sold way more. Come on, DC, why you always doing that?
Because if somebody ever put something like that on my chart, they would not do it again.
Put something
But
like what? Like
let's
saying that,
let's celebrate the fact that they absolutely improved. They look good. I was
and you
actually
wonder
pretty
why this
impressed.
fan base hates you. Why do you do that? When people
Oh,
be
I don't
coming
wonder
at you,
why. I don't wonder why. I know why. But at the end of the day is I'm here to talk football. So I'm gonna talk to you as a faith fan that's come to love the community. And I'm gonna have the discussion as if you were sitting here talking to a Michigan fan or Ohio State fan or a USC fan, because
you
they finna
can't
give
just,
you this work.
but you can't just praise them for what we're talking about. We're not talking about, oh my God, they're so much better than anybody else. We're just saying year over year improvement. And they were suggested or predicted to go number 11, and they went number 1. You
Yes,
can't
that's
just
great. That's
lead
great.
into that and just lead into it.
No, that's great. When you broke it down the way it's being looked at,
You are a true
cool.
butter, bro. It's always a butt, bro. Which restaurant has the best biscuits?
Yeah, they got the best biscuits, but their chicken is trash.
I know.
But that's
There's always a butt.
Well, watch this. Watch this. You can ask me which has the best has the butter. I'm gonna ask you which donut shop got the best glaze.
Krispy Kreme, baby, Krispy Kreme, especially at midnight.
All right, I'm out of here. Let's go. This is a comedy show. Kevin Hart is right around the corner somewhere. Let's get up out of here, man. Okay, so we had Ron Tate, DC. Final thoughts. Let's go.
Man, seriously though, great doggone. They did do great job last year, all jokes aside. And I'm looking forward to seeing this year. This is the year that he makes a transition. I just love football, but I'm telling y'all friends, telling your friends, I love you. But this year I'm gonna have fun with college football because I missed it. And it's been fun. See you do your thing. I'm pulling for you, except when you play Bama.
And you said that Bama's going to win it all this year, right?
Absolutely. I already got my shirt already made. It's not gonna go off to some island in Tahiti or something where the natives gonna be wearing it. It's going to be, I'm going to wear it. So yes, we going all the way.
And when do y'all play Vandy?
Don't worry about when we play Vandy. You mean when we stomp Vandy?
I'm just asking a fair question.
Yeah,
When do
you
y'all
stop.
play?
You stomp those academic All-Americans every year, don't you?
They not trust me. Vandy don't even want to get on the bus to come see us this year.
Just tell me when y'all play Vandy. That's all.
Vandy don't want it. Basically, right now they sitting there shaking, calculators breaking because we coming in.
When do
we get
y'all
revenge?
why you scared to tell me? When
I
do
don't
y'all
know
play
when.
Vandy?
All I know is that they're gonna be in hiding. It's gonna be 54-0 by the doggone halftime. You watch and see.
Hey, Harry, he's probably right. But
Mhm.
whenever they have the monster teams like that, and they play Auburn Tigers, they always get their toes stumped. Always when they have this super team, and everyone's predicting them to run away with everything in the SEC. Every time they play Auburn in those situations, they have a hiccup, like a missed field goal, at the end of the game.
Hey, I don't.
And the guy runs it back for 100 and something yard touchdown. That is
I don't
Yeah,
want.
but we get
I
ours
don't want.
too.
I don't want to have that December show, and and we're looking at Bama State not being in the playoffs, and then these guys get quiet again. I'm just saying. I ain't saying like November, December. We don't. I hope we're talking about Bama. That's all I got to say.
We will be. Don't
Okay.
worry.
All right, you're real confident, but my guy, you know, the best quarterback in the. Anyways, we're gonna leave it right there. You don't have that best quarterback no more, but anyway, we're gonna leave it right there. We'll take it offline. Y'all have a great weekend, man. If I come on Saturday, we come on. I got a lot of research to do, man. I got to bring y'all up to speed. Maybe I'll do some videos. Maybe I'll go live. I don't know, but we'll see. I'll take care, man. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.